There we go. Good evening, everybody. About to start this credit builder seminar. Hope everybody's having a good evening. I'm Jerrell Coleman. I just happen to be a full-time real estate agent, but I also specialize in credit repair and tax preparation with JLC Strategy Solutions. I am presenting this webinar to you because I like to educate the community and my peers on things that can financially empower them and help them accomplish goals they have in mind. One of my favorite things to do is accomplish goals. So I try to find all the ways possible to do it. Building your credit is one of those things you can do to help achieve your goals to success. So we're talking about that this evening. So what is my credit score? Your credit score is a number in the range of 300 to 850. It's a numerical depiction of your creditworthiness to the banks and creditors that are determining whether they want to lend you their money or not. So the closer you are to the bottom, of course, that's a bad credit score. Closer you are to the top is a good credit score, great credit score. Ideally, you want to be at least in the 600s, above the 650 mark. If you can get above 720, even better. You're going to qualify for most of the best interest rates you can find. When you're below 600 in the fives, you're going to be paying higher interest rates for the things you do get approved for. You're not going to be able to qualify for a mortgage with a first-time home buyer loan unless you have at least a 580 in some cases, but you really want to have a 600 or a 620 in order to get approved to purchase your first home. So if you happen to check your score and you have a 560, for instance, gaining that 50 points to improve your score, that's 60 points you need to get to 720. The 620 really isn't that hard, but that's your credit score. This is how they calculate your credit score. The biggest percentage of your credit score is your payment history. So all of your bills, your phone bill, utility bills, they all report to the credit bureau and let the bureau know whether you're making your payments on time. Are you 2 or 3 days late? Are you 30 days behind? The credit bureau knows, and it's affecting your credit score. So you want to pay your bills on time consistently if you want to maintain a high score. The second largest portion is balance owed, or your credit usage ratio. Best way to explain that is if you have a $1,000 credit card, the portion that you have charged on it, let's say you spend $300 on your $1,000 credit card, you have used 30% of your available balance. So if you can keep your percentage at 30% or lower, if you can get it below 20, even better. And this is just on the date that your credit card reports to the bureau. You don't have to keep your balances under 30 or 20% for the whole month. They really only report to the bureau one day out of the month. So you just need to find out which day that is and make sure you're paying your balances down below 20% before they report to the bureau. This is going to have a very good impact on your credit score. 15% of your credit score is your credit history. So the longer you've had your accounts open, the better, especially revolving accounts like credit cards and lines of credit. You don't want to pay those off and close them out. You want to pay them off and keep them open. Maybe even put a charge on it every once in a while and then pay it off, or keep the balances low when they report. This is going to boost your credit score. 10% is your credit mix. So the type of accounts, like I was saying earlier, you have revolving credit and you have non-revolving credit, or installment loans, such as an auto loan or a loan on anything where you can't take cash out of it. 10% are new credit accounts or inquiries. So if you're going to apply for credit cards all over the place, it's going to have a negative impact on your credit score. You want to manage your manage your inquiries. So how can my credit score affect my life? Well, it's the difference between you getting approved and denied for any credit account you apply for: credit card, auto loan, home loan, the mortgage, line of credit, all based on your credit score. It's also going to determine your interest rate. If you never heard of compound interest, this is how you pay 10 times more than what you think you're paying for something. But the compound interest will eat away at your bank account if you're not on the right side of it. Employers will check your credit score to make employment decisions, whether they want to hire you over somebody else with a similar application. And then high credit scores give better insurance rates as well. So how can I find out what's on my credit report? You can use paid services or free services. So what I recommend my clients do is use Privacy Guard. It allows you to download all of your scores as well as all 3 of your reports. Annualcreditreport.com, you can go here and download all 3 of your reports for free, one time every 12 months, so once a year. You can also get them for free once a year by calling this phone number right here, verifying some information by the phone, and they'll mail them out to you. You can get your public records report by calling this phone number, and then you get your check systems report by calling this phone number, and you are prepared to start repairing your credit on your own or with professional assistance. So credit monitoring is a service that companies will charge you for or probably give you a free trial. It's going to give you up-to-date info on your credit score, the money you're spending, the accounts you're opening. This is a good way to manage identity theft and make sure there's no one opening accounts under your name and your social security number. So what are the credit bureaus? Large organizations that manage the databases that the banks and credit card companies use to make lending decisions. So they put the information there for the banks to make their decision. They also sell information to collection agencies who will come after you for money that's not owed to them. You can contact me if you would like more information about that. The credit bureaus are regulated by the Federal Trade Commission and the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So the 3 major credit bureaus are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, if you haven't heard of them. Experian, founded in '96, is the largest out of the 3. In 2015, their servers were hacked, exposing 15 million people to identity fraud. Good chance you could have been one of those. Equifax, founded in 1899, is the 2nd largest credit bureau. They're subject to over 57,000 consumer complaints, and they also had a recent security breach. You can get more information on the security breach at equifaxsecurity2017.com, but I will warn you to be careful because the product that they are offering you for free is coming from a company that they also own. So you'll want to do some research into that before you decide to enroll in any products or services that they're offering you. TransUnion was founded in '68 as the 3rd largest credit bureau. And in 2017, they falsely reported consumers on the government terrorist list. Didn't see that on the news though. Well, I didn't. Fair Credit Reporting Act, federal law passed by Congress in 1970. This gives you the right to dispute any item on your credit report. This is how you take control of your credit score, is by disputing the items that don't belong there, or disputing items that are outdated and should be removed, or just disputing items that companies can't verify. have those items removed. The credit bureaus are actually required to investigate when you file a dispute because of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So this is how you enforce them to investigate your credit, because it's not in their best interest. Of course, they sell your information to the collection agencies to make more money. Now, factors that affect your credit score: on the positive side, you have making your payments on time, keeping 80% of your available credit when your credit cards report once a month, removing derogatory items from your credit report, keeping accounts open for a good history of time, and then having a good account mix of revolving and non-revolving credit. On the negative side, just the opposite: making late payments, maxing out your credit cards, or letting them report with a balance over 50%, ignoring your credit report, not seeing if items are being opened that don't belong there, closing accounts, and then having too many inquiries on your credit report will all bring your score down. Now you can see here on my client's dashboard, this is some information that's pointing them in the right direction to increase their score here, get them in the yellow, the blue, and then eventually the green, slowly but surely. Now this is the credit card usage ratio I was talking about. The lower this ratio is, the better. The number that's going to show here is what's reporting on a monthly basis to the credit bureaus. Payment history, you want this on 100%. If you have derogatory marks on your credit report, it's going to have a high impact on your credit score. You want to have those removed by dispute. Hard inquiries can be removed. Total accounts has an impact on your account, and then your average age per account. You want that to be, you want a good amount of time there. So what can I do to improve my credit score? Just like I was saying earlier, if you have negative items reporting to the 3 bureaus, you want to dispute those and have them removed. So these are some of the derogatory items that can be removed from your credit report. If they're present, they're holding your score down. If you have these items removed, your score is going to jump up, often instantly. So late payments, medical bills, collection accounts, charge-offs, bankruptcies, student loans, judgments, inaccurate information, outdated information, inquiries, child support, tax liens, foreclosures. You get the point. So how the dispute process works is we will do a free consultation with you, discover if you have the derogatory items we were discussing to be removed, which will bring your credit score up. Now, if this is the case and you have derogatory items on your account, you can dispute those items on your own, or you can seek my help and professional representation. We will import your credit reports and scores from all 3 bureaus, mail off handwritten dispute letters to the 3 bureaus to make sure that they get there, make sure that they're taking action, and receive investigation from the credit bureaus. Act accordingly. Once your reports come back to let you know what's been deleted, what's been verified, you'll know what the next step is to take. So there is competition out there. The difference between JLC Strategy Solutions and most online competitors, though, is they're going to generate typed dispute letters for you that can be scanned and labeled frivolous dispute, which isn't going to do you any good. That's why we handwrite our dispute letters, and we guarantee results. Generic, unspecific explanations for removal. So if they list the same reason for every single account in your name saying that it needs to be removed, that's another way you can be labeled as a frivolous dispute. So you want to be wary of that. We do free consultation. Of course, this provides us with the specific information we need to dispute each item. Now, online competitors usually have a high membership fee. They often include additional services that you don't necessarily need to increase your credit score. Over here at JLC Strategy Solutions, we have an affordable program for everyone, and you pay by dispute. So we're not going to try to lock you into a membership. So hopefully all of that free information, you can take that and get a positive impact from it. But if you did need additional help and you wanted to get started with a dispute process today to raise your credit score, maybe you're thinking about purchasing a home soon and you're 50 points away from the credit score you need, you could contact me. We can schedule a free consultation on Monday through Friday. If derogatory accounts are discovered, you can get started with a $100 administration fee to get your first set of dispute letters written and ready to mail off to the credit bureaus. Your credit report can be disputed once every 30 days by law. So every time you need to dispute more items or we need to go through the process to get something removed, you'll just be charged $50 per dispute. So it's very affordable compared to some of the other options out there. And you'll be able to track all the work done, all of the accounts that are deleted, all of the accounts that are being disputed. You'll also receive email notifications, as you can see in the picture. So you'll know exactly what was there and that we're taking care of it. And that brings us to the end of the presentation once again. I appreciate you guys' time, everybody that was here with me this evening. If you need help fixing your credit or you want to take a look at what's on your credit report and you don't know how, give me a call, send me a message on Facebook. You can reach me there. If you're in Zoom and you don't have me on Facebook, it's facebook.com. Jerrell Coleman 13, and you can also reach me at 804-313-9317. So I hope you guys got something valuable from that. I'll be doing it again next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Make sure you let everybody know, and you guys have a good evening.